Most people think McDonald's gets rich by selling burgers. But the truth is more surprising. McDonald's makes most of its money in ways most customers never notice. Today, you'll see how this company turns fast food into huge profit, using real financial numbers. In 2024, McDonald's reported total revenues of about $25.9 billion. That's the money it recorded as a company across all operations worldwide. Its net income, meaning actual profit after expenses, was about $8.2 billion. That is an unusually high level of profitability for a restaurant brand operating in dozens of countries. If burgers alone were the profit engine, the math wouldn't work this well. The key is that McDonald's doesn't actually operate most of its restaurants anymore. About 95% of McDonald's locations worldwide are franchised, meaning independent business owners pay the company for the right to use the McDonald's brand, menu, and operating system. These franchisees run the day-to-day business, hire staff, and handle local costs. In return, McDonald's collects ongoing fees, usually a percentage of each restaurant's sales, every single month. This franchise model gives McDonald's something extremely valuable: predictable, recurring revenue without the operational risk of running most restaurants itself. Whether a franchise location has a great month or just an average one, McDonald's still gets paid. But the franchise fees are only part of the story. In many cases, McDonald's also owns the land and the building where the restaurant operates. It then leases that property back to the franchisee. This effectively turns McDonald's into a massive global real estate landlord, with restaurants as tenants. Rent payments tend to be steady and long-term, which makes them far more stable than restaurant profits alone. In 2024, franchise revenues, including rent and royalties, totaled about $15.7 billion, while company-owned restaurant sales were about $9.8 billion. That means most of McDonald's revenue comes from its franchise structure and property leases, not from selling food at restaurants it directly operates. Another advantage is scale. Because McDonald's supports tens of thousands of restaurants worldwide, it buys ingredients in enormous quantities. This purchasing power lowers costs across the entire system and helps franchisees remain profitable, which in turn protects McDonald's royalty and rent income. Even when food costs rise or certain markets struggle, the system as a whole remains resilient. You can see this effect when looking at regional performance. In late 2024, U.S. same-store sales dipped by about 1.4%, reflecting pressure from inflation and cautious consumers. Yet McDonald's global business continued generating strong overall revenue because its income comes from the entire network, not just one market. So what's the real profit engine here? McDonald's makes billions not simply by selling burgers, but by collecting ongoing royalties, leasing real estate at scale, and leveraging its global buying power. In 2024 alone, the company recorded over $8 billion in net income, much of it driven by these structural advantages. When you look at McDonald's this way, it's less a fast food company and more a finely tuned business system, one that turns brand power, property ownership, and scale into long-term income. If you want short explanations with real financial insight into how major companies make money, subscribe. New videos come every week.